Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at this coming Friday's meeting here in Darwin, that of course being the 4th of March. With a fortnight since our last meeting and 15 days until the feature St Patrick's Day fixture here on the 19th of March, the fields are more than acceptable for Friday. In fact, the 3 and 4-year-old 1300 metre event was divided due to numbers, and two fields of 7 and 6 runners is the result. The winners of both of these events will be exempt from the ballot for the feature $40,000 St Patrick's Cup to be run here in just over a fortnight, so the competition should be keen with that carrot up for grabs. The first race of the half dozen is timed to go at the mid-afternoon time of 2:55 p.m, while the last is scheduled to jump at 5:51 p.m. In the first, the Tab Long May We Play 3 and 4-year-old handicap over 1300 metres. My numbers are 2, 1 and 4. This is the first division of the 3 and 4-year-old 1300, and this one the 7-runner race. Those numbers again 2, 1 and 4. Going here with the last start winner Obligatory, trained by Gary Clark. Jared Todd retains the mount. It was a very good 3-year-old Obligatory, but hadn't won for just about 12 months when back in winning form on the 11th of February here. That was in 0 to 70 grade, so going up in grade a touch and also going up in trip by 100 metres, but that shouldn't worry Obligatory. He's better known over 1300 to a mile. 61.5 kilograms is a decent weight to carry, but I still think he's going the right way. Lovely to see him back in winning form, and I've got him on top number 2. To beat the top weight number 1 Trident, he's a class act. He has got a big weight to carry, 64.5 kilograms, so that's 3 kilograms more than Obligatory. Of course, won the Guineas as a 3-year-old last year, or actually, yeah, it was last year. Just getting confused what year we're in. He's drawn one. Sonia Wiseman rides for Mark 9. He was good winning last time out over this trip of 1300, beating Syncline, who's a very smart horse, as we know. He's sure to race well. The weight's the big worry for me. And then for third, number 4, Precautionary, yet another last start winner. This one trained by Jason Manning. Vanessa Arndt takes the mount. He goes down in weight by half a kilo for that last start win, but he's up in grade. That was a class 2 last time out, so he's up to quite a bit higher grade this time, but certainly his win last time was good, and we've got him in to run third. So in the opener, my numbers are 2, 1 and 4. The second, the Darwin Racing 3 and 4-year-old benchmark 58 handicap. So this is the second division of the opener, so the two races divided, as we mentioned. And my numbers here, 3, 1 and 2. Probably the lesser of the two races, you would say, on paper, and I'm going here with number 3, No Strings. Gary Clark again, Jared Todd again. Newcomer to Darwin the last time out when he won. That was over 1200 metres in 3 and 4-year-old company, but in class 2 grade. So he goes up and tripped by 100 metres, which should suit him. His earlier form in Adelaide was certainly over further than 1200 that he won at last time. So the 1300 metres should suit him. He was impressive, I thought, the other day. Took a while to wind up in the straight, but hit the line solidly, and I think he can do the same again. Got him on top, number 3, No Strings. To beat number 1 Overall, the top weight for Emma Steele and Adam Nichols. Carries 62 kilograms, 6 weeks between runs. A last start winner here on the 26th of January, Australia Day. Pretty smart 4-year-old, has had 5 wins from 19 starts. Sure to race well again here. And in for third, number 2, Cometh the Hour. Been racing well for Gary LaFaux. Paul Shires in the saddle. Was second, just beaten by No Strings last time. So if we think No Strings is the one to beat, we've got to have Cometh the Hour right in the mix here. Numbers in the second, 3, 1 and 2. The third's the St Patrick's Race Day on March the 19th handicap, only a couple of weeks away from the big non-carnival feature day, featuring the $40,000 St Paddy's Cup, of course, over the mile. My numbers here in this 1300 metre benchmark 76 are 2, 1 and 5. He resumed with a very good win, I thought, last time out, number 2, Weapon, trained by Gary LaFaux. Paul Shires in the saddle. That was over this trip of 1300, so a good piece of training. The horse hadn't raced since the 18th of September, but Gary had him ready to win first up over the trip. He has another go at the trip this week. He's 1.5 kilos worse off than he was a month ago for that win, but he's a pretty smart horse. He beat Syncline last time, and I've got him on top to beat the same horse again, number 1 Syncline, and for second, Jared Todd for Gary Clark. His form's impeccable. He's had 3 seconds his last 3 starts, and he won the start before. His last 3 efforts are seconds behind Dizzy Miss Lizzie, Trident and Weapon, so he's certainly racing in great heart, sure to be hard to beat again. 60.5 kilos he carries. And in for third, number 5, Pembroke Castle, Mark 9's team going really well. Sonia Wiseman similarly riding in fine style. He's dropping in trip from his last start win here on the 18th of February. That was over a mile, back to the 1,300 metres. Probably the only question mark I would have, but certain to be right in the mix. In the third, my numbers are 2, 1 and 5. The fourth, the Mindle Beach Casino Resort Handicap. We drop back to the 1,200 metres here, and this one for the benchmark 54 gallopers. Only a field of half a dozen to go around here. My numbers are 2, 3 and 1. Jet Jackson on top for Mark 9 and Sonia Wiseman. Last start winner here a month ago on the 5th of Feb. That was over this trip in this grade. Same grade, same trip. You've got to be hard to beat again. Number 2 on top for me, Jet Jackson from the 1 gate. To beat number 1, Don't Wait, trained by Tayan Holter, Stan Sakos in the saddle. Drops in grade from his last start, second placing behind Mighty Mert, but does go up in weight from 58.5 to 62. So quite a big weight for Don't Wait to carry, but I've got him in to run second. And in for third, number 3, Southern Bolt. Fresh up. Trained by Gary Lafoe, Paul Shires aboard, hasn't raced since the 2nd of November, but did trial recently, so he's had that blowout under his belt, and I think he'll race well fresh over this 1,200 metres. Numbers in the fourth, 2, 3 and 1. The fifth is the Ladbroke Summer Sprint Series, Heat 7, getting down to the culmination of the Sprint Series. The last race of the series will be on St Paddy's Day. This over the 1,100 metres for the 0 to 64 gallopers. Only the 5 of them to go round here. Numbers 5, 1 and 2. Well, she was very impressive last time, wasn't she? Number 5, Narrative Star. Tayan Holter's been really, really patient with this 5-year-old mare she is now by Perealist. Stan Sakos rode here on the 18th of Feb. She won in 0 to 64 grade. Same grade again. Up and trip by 100 metres. Don't think that'll worry her. She will no doubt have taken improvement from that first up win the other day, and I think she's a mare going places. 5 on top. Narrative Star. To beat number 1, Mighty Mert, racing in impeccable forms, won his last 3 rather. He's a 4-year-old grey gelding. Sonia Wiseman aboard for Gary Lafoe. He's 1.5 kilos worse off for that last win with he beat Don't Wait last time out, so he's 1.5 kilos more to carry, 60.5 kilograms, but should race well again for sure. And in for third, number 2, Sweet Chevelle. Jared Todd aboard. Second up. First up was third to Mighty Mert. Carries 60 kilograms this time. Down in weight, 0.5 kilo for that last start defeat, and should be improved by that effort. So numbers in the fifth, 5, 1 and 2. And our last, the Karen Brown Fine Art Handicap. It's also over 1,100 metres. This one for the Class 2 gallopers. A field of 8 to face the starter here. A couple of newcomers to Darwin I'm putting on top. Don't know a lot about them, but my numbers are 1, 2 and 4. Euphigenia, number 1. Emma Steele trains, Adam Nichols rides. A winner last time at Kilmore on the 25th of January. Also won at Mildura 5 starts prior to that. It's only had the 9 starts for 2 wins, 2 seconds and a third. 4-year-old mare, as is my second selection, Thunder Peak. And I just think with the exposed form, even though first run on the track, I've got it on top. Euphigenia to beat Thunder Peak. Gary Clark trains, Jared Todd rides. Hasn't raced since the 8th of December, but did run 4th at Moonee Valley the start before that, and has form in town in Victoria. So I've got to have it in the mix. Thunder Peak in for second. And in for third, number 4, Blue Jean Baby. Fresh up for Gary Lafoe. Casey Hunter rides. Hasn't raced since the middle of December, but has had a trial recently and trialled up nicely. I think she'll go a good race fresh. In the last, the numbers are 1, 2 and 4. Best bet comes up in race 5, number 5, Narrative Star. I think we'll be seeing quite a bit of this mare in the next few months. I think she's potentially an open grade mare, and I've got her on top here. Narrative Star, race 5, number 5, or got her up as the best bet rather. While the best roughies in race 3, number 7, Dune Field. Race 3, number 7, Dune Field didn't mind its last start effort here in Darwin. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, and we have another 2-week break now until our next meeting. As we mentioned, of course, that will be the feature St Patrick's Day Cup meeting on the 19th of March. That will be the second of 3 meetings in the month of March as we build towards, of course, the Alice Springs Cup Carnival in the Red Centre. Until next time, good luck and good punting.